I feel like I'm like in a herd of buffalo, and they're all stampeding toward a 1,000-foot drop-off, and they're just running over the edge. And I'm in that herd. And I'm like, I ain't going there, you know. I'm not going to go down that way. So I have to somehow affect the whole herd so that they will take a left turn or a right turn and not go off this edge. And so if humanity takes the planet down the tubes, I'm dead. I'm trying to save my ass. And that is a powerful force.
Wonderful, inventive, unique person who looks at life in a different way from most people. Yes, always full of ideas. In fact, when Mike becomes quiet, you know that there's an idea hatching. Ahead of his time, unusual, likes to do things his own way, stubborn.
I was raised as a Baptist. No dancing, no drinking, no gambling. So I got the hell out of Dodge. I went to architectural school in the University of Cincinnati, took all the architectural courses, got my degree, and I began right then to think that architecture as it stood then was worthless. Had nothing to do with the planet. It had barely had anything to do with people and what they needed. I love to draw, I love to build, but the profession of architecture is nowhere near addressing the issues that we are faced with. They have the opportunity to really guide us and take us to where we need to go. And they're not. They're taking us where we don't need to go. We're running out of oil. We're running out of water. We have global warming. Population's expanding. For many reasons, we don't have time. We need to be doing something now, tomorrow morning. To get your black water under control?
Yeah.
All right. Is that working like we wanted it to?
Do like 3 in each of these tops.
Yeah. The tops will be
Instead of
riveted
one,
together.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the thing.
I started all this thinking with quality of life in mind. We're talking about survival now. It's all good. So it's 24 and a half with no sun and power being used. That's the final overflow that just goes to the septic of this.
Yeah. But the final overflow for all the planters
Can still
is
come
right
off of
here.
here and go through here.
Yeah.
To hook into the septic.
Straight to the septic.
Okay, I'm there. We know that in the future, we are rendering this planet damn near uninhabitable. So as we move closer toward that, we're trying to devise a method of living that allows people to take care of themselves. The Phoenix. There is nothing coming into this house. No power lines, no gas lines, no sewage lines going out, no water lines coming in, no energy being used. So we're sitting on 6,000 gallons of water, food growing, sewage internalized, 70-degree space year-round.
What these kind of houses are doing is taking every aspect of your life and putting it into your own hands. A family of 4 could totally survive here without even going to the store. So that whole area is going to be food production,
Yeah.
with birds and insects flying around. Then out here is going to be goats and chickens and ducks. So this will be literally an Amazon jungle with 20-foot tall trees and little platforms up there where you can hang out with trees, birds, parrots, canaries, you know, bugs, bees, butterflies. It's a direction for humanity, really. I've been doing it for 30 years, and I think I'm starting to scratch the surface of what is available in this gold mine that we're starting to penetrate.
K-Town Solar 1019, the world's most powerful solar radio station, and it's time to open up the sports page for today, and I got to tell you, what a wild, and I mean wild, week it was in high school football playoffs over the weekend. 2 of the most shocking results, I think, in the history of high school football.
Mike's biggest obsession is work. Definitely work. And I wake up in the middle of the night to get a drink of water or something, and there's Mike laying there, staring into space.
I'm always dreaming about the room that I'm working on or whatever. I was sleeping, I had a dream, and I just saw this seashell type shape that you would walk into. But then I took the sketch to Ted and told him, you know, I just dreamed this, Ted, and here's what I'm trying to get. And I made pictures and everything. And then we talked about how to do it, and then Ted made it happen. And I take my dreams to them, and they make my dreams happen. And then it becomes their dreams too. And the bottles, they're jewels, you know. This is garbage. And it comes out like stained glass jewels. My dad saved everything. Mayonnaise jars, milk cartons, keys. He saved everything in the basement. And you go down there, and every mayonnaise jar that we had ever used was down there. He didn't know what to do with them. He didn't really have uses for them. He just said, that's too good to throw away. This is the first house built out of beer cans. It's called the Thumb House because it looks like a thumb. See, it's actually in as good a repair as any of the ones after it. But see, there you can see, there's still, you know, that's the beer can building blocks right there. We made houses with bricks in my world. So I made a brick out of cans, wired together with little pieces of foil for reflectors. I built 2 or 3 houses this way and went on to just using cans by themselves. It's a solid wall, 35 years later. First hint of the beginning of orienting windows to the south. I was just getting aware of the fact that you can get some solar gain into a room by doing this. From doing what I've been doing as long as I have and seeing that cities are real close to dying or falling apart because of all the infrastructure failing, and they're just dangerous areas of chaos that can't support themselves any longer. So I see them getting abandoned, and I see beyond that people going back to the cities just to mine out the goods. What else do we have on this planet that we throw away and we have it in abundance? Tires. Tires were resilient and thermal and super strong and didn't take cement, and you know, you can build a whole tire wall with dirt and a shovel and tires.
He's totally obsessed. He's very one-pointed, very single-minded, and yeah, he has very strong focus for certain things.
And we beat the earth into the tires with sledgehammers, and it was really tight. It was like a compacted 90% brick. In the early 70s, they're talking about solar and trying to store thermal mass in houses, and I'm getting a bit of a consciousness of thermal mass. Beating dirt into tires was mass. Mass holds temperature. And I'm like, oh my God, this thermal mass thing is intense. I mean, it's like, man, it's powerful. Thermal mass, once you have established it around you, it doesn't go away. This is the first one that we actually